I'm so excited to be sharing and decided that today, as I'm sitting with getting some information and sharing for the newsletter, that what better than to share by video. It feels really good for me to convey, and I feel like I can bring a little more of my energy into it. And the place I want to start is the excitement that I have, and then we'll go into some deeper territory of my energy in my body. The excitement is the zinginess. I'm really honored to have gotten a chance to be the guest speaker in a gender and women's studies class, Introduction to Gender and Sexuality at Eastern Michigan University. And I was really honored to step into Jess Kilbourn's class and share in that realm. And we got to do so much exciting door opening. I basically presented on the topics of orgasm and orgasmic repertoire, female ejaculation, our getting into our pelvis and trusting our bodies, and basically trusting and learning about how to connect with the energy in our body as an exploration of connection with that divine, authentic power. So it was learning new things, perhaps new things in the realm of physical anatomy, but also some energetics and some maybe new ways of perceiving sexuality in what I'll call the sacred, the nature of the balance of spiritual and sacred with physical and sexual. And it was really great. It was an awesome day. We were both buzzing with aliveness after that, and a lot of feedback has come back indicating that it was a great session. That excitement comes in the midst of what's feeling like a really deep time for me in my own path and journey and in my own training. I'm really honored to be exploring some deep, what I'll call some deeper training in my journey of shamanism and coming into relationship and really connecting with the energetics and the beingness of this beautiful being that we are in this physical form this time around, right? We are infinite beings in finite form, and to really start to explore that infinitude from a place of stillness, from a place of new awareness, from, in my own journey, a place of acknowledging vulnerability and places where I'm holding and putting up some shields, and then inviting, what do I need to feel safe to let those go? And that's been really amazing. And I'm really honored to be working with a couple teachers in those deep paths, and I'm very excited about it. The next piece is kind of the nature of this time that we're in. We're at a time right now of imbolc, of this midpoint between winter solstice, the dark time, and the spring equinox. And at this midpoint, it's this really, like, for me, it's a real time of planting seeds, of potency, of like the intention that we've held during the deep time starts to really, the actions, the pieces start to come into place, and they start, for me, I'm noticing there's a potency in them. There's this vibrancy of stuff about to emerge. And so things like, I just sent off my art, some prints of my original paintings, to be at the erotic print store at the Dirty Show here in Detroit once again this year. They've been a part of that store for several years now. And I've been a part of that show in many ways through performance or other facets for a lot of years. And that's exciting to me. It's exciting because I get to share through my art. Part of my soul goes into my art, like how I've received guidance and messages comes through my art as a way of possibly visually conveying possibility and my own journey of stepping into various facets of who I am. Which brings me to that very nature of who am I, who are we, and supporting that authenticity. And I was just saying this to my sweetie. One of my dear friends speaks of how in really natural, beautiful cooking, she's like, sea salt is great because it sort of enhances or invites the, how does she word it? Sea salt makes things taste more like what they are. And I'm like, sweetie, it's like you're my sea salt. And this essence that I've never felt more engaged and on my own authentic path and being who I am than in this moment in time, and that keeps growing, and I'm grateful. And what I'm also trusting is letting go into the support of my love, who's like my sea salt. Like I can, with his support, be even more who I am. It not only doesn't take away or detract from who I am as I'm in connection with him, but that it actually supports me being more authentically me, and his support and his connection. And I just think that's amazing. I've been in relationships before where that I didn't feel like I could be myself, or I felt like that, whether I was willing to admit it at the time or conscious of it, maybe I couldn't be quite myself in certain circumstances, and I was very compartmentalized. I was person A over here, I was person B over here, person C over here, and the reality is feeling the support that I'm creating for myself, and also inviting and letting my love and my friends support me in that place that says, yeah, be bright, be who you are. And I encourage that for all of us, because that's really important, to be who we are, to not have to feel like we have to make ourselves small to make other people feel better, or to be different to somehow not make somebody uncomfortable. And that's important and powerful, not necessarily easy to do. And the more I find myself aligning with that authenticity, the more energy that I find available and inspiration available to me to be tapped into. So it's really beautiful then to then feel fueled by the very nature of being me and following the path that is mine in each moment. I invite you to explore that, and deep blessings, gratitude, and namaste.